As the White House defends its immigration policies, right now on Capitol Hill, you can see a Senate hearing is underway on the growing and unending surge of unaccompanied children still streaming into our country. That amid some new data that critics say ties this crisis directly to a 2012 decision by the Obama administration. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge live in Washington with the details. So, Catherine, what does this new border security report say?
Well, Eric, good morning. The intelligence report by a Homeland Security and DEA-led group in El Paso, Texas, has a series of graphs, including data that shows the trend lines for unaccompanied children and OTMs, that's other than Mexicans, since 2009. And if you look at this graphic that tracks El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, the children are on the bottom and adults on the top. What critics say is clear is that the numbers rise after a change in the administration's policy, the deferred action for childhood arrivals, which allows the administration to use what's called prosecutorial judgment with individuals already in the U.S. who came illegally as children.
We see a direct correlation in 2012, and you have to look at that year. It's very important. What happened in that year that caused a surge of migration of children crossing, going more than doubling in its number, and now on a trajectory to almost double again? What happened in that year? I think it was the executive action that the president took.
Well, Customs and Border Protection had no statement about the intelligence report. Homeland Security officials emphasized that they believe it is a combination of factors, including a bad economy, as well as security in Central America. Eric.
Well, Catherine, that's fascinating, because until now, the critics have been blaming that Bush authorization of that re-trafficking law. So what are we learning about the kids we saw in that graph?
Well, the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, Mike McCall, receives regular briefings on this subject and speaks on a regular basis with the Secretary of Homeland Security. And McCall says that these kids are victims of the administration's policy change and the coyotes, adding that he's been told that teenage girls are being given birth control pills by the smugglers because they assume many will be sexually assaulted on their journey to the United States.
The coyotes give them contraceptives to take before they begin their journey, and they take contraceptives every day up through Mexico because the odds are they will be raped before they get to the United States.
McCall says he believes that a humane way to return these kids to their countries will be found, but it has to be a strong message of deterrence in order to change this misperception south of the border, Eric.
Oh, it's just so sad. Catherine Herridge, thanks so much.
You're welcome.